Oh, okay, I saw the screen change.
There shouldn't have been any change. Well, hello. There's no change allowed. So,
Hi, everybody.
you've defeated the Fae. You're left here in the beauteous ice cave, where there's also, some, kind of the remains of a camp and some things as well. But most interesting, the kind of shimmering, sparkling, sort of, when it gets really hot and it creates like a haze. It's very much like that, but every glimpse you get through the haze is of a different place, where it looks like the caves continue. You can feel the cold coming through it.
This sorry.
No, you're fine.
This is a slip space through to the realm my people originate from. I would imagine that the little tricksters have taken your mother through here, young Richter.
Is it dangerous for us to pass through?
Yeah.
I would not expect so, no.
Then let's go.
Can they close it?
These are things that happen outside of the control of beings on the other side for the most part. It is likely that they found it and set up around it rather than the other way around.
So basically it's natural and it could close at any point.
Then we better hurry.
Yeah, as I retrieve my hand axes, I'll...
We should hurry, but judging by the two of my kin outside and how long they had been there, it will probably not close soon. But I am out of touch with my sense of the other side. It has been many seasons before since I was there.
I'll step through.
Same.
As you step through, you do feel the sensation that goes through your body is as if, first of all, as if you would have just jumped into a freezing pool. Or, more accurately, after a hot summer, jumped into freezing snow. Immediately you feel all the heat in your body just start to dissipate, and it does actually steam off you for a few moments. That is combined with the quite disorienting feeling of transporting to another place. It doesn't happen all in your body at once. It's kind of like the feeling of sleep paralysis as it creeps over your limbs. When each of you travel through to the other place, the other side, you see a slight opening of icy cave that looks out over a completely frozen valley. And I don't mean like the valley of yours once snow comes. No, it's completely coated in snow and ice. The river at the bottom, or at the bottom of the valley, is just completely frozen ice. Again, brilliant blues, brilliant colors. Sometimes you can even see it spike up or pitch down. There are trees that seem to be made out of ice and snow that grow almost like weeping willows. And ice and snow, it hangs in the air. It's almost as if time stopped here, because there is actually literally clumps of snow in the air, as if it was snowing and time had frozen. Careful examination, it is snowing just really slowly. These are, like, little specks of snow are moving. And the snow is so crisp on the ground. It's the kind of snow where it kind of has, light cascades across it as if it catches every little bit of ice crystal. It's very surreal. That combined with a sky that's hard to explain how it's different and wrong, but it just is. It seems completely dominated by clouds that have bright blues and purples and cold colors inside them. and the very rock around you sometimes has swirling patterns that seem to have naturally formed out of the glacier, and the rocks are much more long petrified ice than it is stone.
I had bad Crayshesha flashbacks when you were saying about time stopped and ice and
My real triggers.
Do we see any people?
Give me a perception check.
Fuck me, dude. I'm
You know,
not
you're
rolling
looking-
anything for the
You're
rest of
looking
the
across
game.
a very strange horizon, and it's quite hard to pick out individual features at this point.
Well, we know that although they don't leave footprints or marks in the snow, Sophie does, and it's snowing very slowly here. So hopefully there will be the drag marks that we followed all the way up to this place.
If you want to give me a survival check to look, you can.
Oh,
Yeah. It's one of those things where, Belle, you're kind of like just awestruck right now, and you really feel that like almost churning in the stomach because you're somewhere very different. You know, you don't feel completely solid on the ground. Tauren, maybe because he's more spiritual, can kind of brush all of that aside very quickly and find where these tracks continue, curving off like this scrape in the ice, the tracks of the wheelchair, and then curve off. If this is parallel to your valley back home, they would be heading back towards where your village is.
Hmm.
You also are drawn to a slight glittering shimmer in the air. Something that seems to drift through the snow-filled sky. Almost like a jellyfish or like dandelion fluff or something. Something, you know, in your spiritual connection makes you feel uncomfortable seeing it. And especially because it's kind of floating in your direction.
So it's a creature.
It looks like... only Torin can see it, but it kind of looks like a web of snowflakes. Slowly cascading through the air. It moves almost like a jellyfish. Caught by the wind.
what? Tarrant doesn't really know how to react to that. I think he'd legitimately point it out and be like, can you guys see that?
Can we?
Yeah. He noticed
Okay.
it first.
Yeah. Do I? But any idea what it is?
You can give me a nature check.
I'll ask Amaryllis if this place is hostile as well. If this is a hostile land.
Any place in these wilds could be hostile to you. It is difficult to say if this in particular is, but the beings that exist on this side are erratic and unpredictable. Those of the courts, they are zealots, and they are likely hostile to those not of the court, with some exceptions. It is safe to be cautious, if not outright hostile, to anything you meet here.
You actually do know what this is, Amaryllis, because it is a danger of this side of the Feywild. While the Feywild in your youth was cold, it wasn't this horrifyingly chilling. But Frostvale still existed. They are actually a kind of fey plant that drifts through the air, looking for warm-blooded creatures to steal the heat from. They will wrap around things and start to just burn and drain them. They actually, can basically just burn things at the touch, even though they're made of ice.
Amaryllis will sort of, as she finishes that sentence, she points at the thing that at the frost veil that Torin has pointed out and say, "That is a plant of this realm. Do not let it touch you. It will burn."
It seems to be carried on the wind, and right now the wind is incredibly still, so it's quite far away. What do you guys want to do, team?
Torrent rests his mace on his shoulder and say, "Of course it's the plan. Of course it burns. Well, it seems to me that we need to get your mother and get out of here as fast as possible. Which leads us to the question, where is your mother?"
Amaryllis, can you see?
I will scan the horizon for
You can be a perception check.
settlement of some kind.
Amaryllis is like this, and Belle's like, no, I meant your third eye.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the problem is that I almost did the same. I almost did use a precognition, but it's not really going to give me a... Like, it might give me an image of where it is, but it's not going to give me a...
How to get there.
Yeah. Amaryllis will, after gazing out for a moment, just say, "No, this is unfamiliar lands. It is likely that young Richter's mother has been taken to a settlement where the head of the Ice Court resides. But I have no knowledge of where that is. Nothing has revealed itself to me. Following the tracks should lead us there."
Gonna follow the tracks?
Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah,
know
that
the
was
tracks
already-
had been- I
yeah.
know that I knew that they had been seen. I did not know that they had been pointed out.
Oh, well, they're,
Yeah,
they're pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, well, not to Balara because she rolled an 11. So.
Alrighty. Gonna move on?
Yes, let's follow those tracks.
For the first time, sorry, I was just going to say, for the first time, you see Richter's like actually a little shaken and bits like down, obviously.
As they
Obviously, no.
travel, Amaryllis is just keeping an eye out for frost veils or any other known threats that the Feywild Feywild would hold.
As you leave the area around the slip space, it gets even colder. The warm air is no longer coming from the material plane. It's the kind of cold that you feel weighing down your bones. Can all of you please give me a Constitution save?
Oh, God.
Oh, Doxy, you're not gonna love it. You are the one most affected by the cold. You are going to take 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay, I don't know how to denote that in Roll20.
Just keep track of it. I don't know if there is a tracker on there. Just you know.
Below your spawns and floors, you should have boxes that you can add things to. Just make an exhaustion. That's what I've done.
This is a good idea.
For reference, in case you don't know, first level exhaustion is disadvantage on skill checks.
But if it gets too bad, you die.
Yeah, that's pretty extreme exhaustion. That's like 5 levels of exhaustion.
6 is death.
Yeah.
But 5 is you're going to die, no matter
Yeah,
what.
5 is your base. You're screwed
5 is
at
I'm pretty
that
sure
point.
you're just unconscious. So
Yeah.
Unless someone else saves you. So as you start moving, you have to trudge through this snow, and this is very solid snow, but not solid enough to hold all of the weight of all of you traveling through it. Bell would usually lead, but you're starting to lag behind. You're starting to feel like serious frostbite, things like that, and each breath gets a little bit harder. Amaryllis keeping on watch. The frost veil that saw you before. Well, you maybe see some others in the distance, far distance. That one, as the wind starts to pick up, which blows all of the frozen snowflakes in the air as if they were grains of sand. This frost veil starts to plummet towards the lot of you. Please roll me initiative. Using the initiative on the battle map, because this is just one thing. I have seen you have graffitied the battle map, and I shall delete that. Chat doesn't deserve to see something so icky, gross, nasty. Let's see if I can get a snowflake. Oh, yeah. Whoa. It's really fast. With the wind kind of moving around it, it seems to be able to angle its body to move with the wind, almost like a ship's sail. It starts sailing towards the group of you with murderous intent. It's actually going... Yeah. It's actually going to attack all three of you but Amaryllis. I mean, as it gets closer, it also has a very uncomfortable wind chimes noise, just to make it even weirder.
That's cool.
Everyone but Amaryllis
Like
is going
in
to
the
get attacked
Painted
by its tendrils. Yeah. Yeah, this is very Painted World.
Super Dark Soulsy.
Yeah, this is actually. Fuck. Belle, what's your armor class? I can't remember yours. Ever.
15.
15. Attack you first. It actually misses against you. It attacks Richter and is going to hit. And it also misses Torrent. So as it sort of comes down, it kind of engulfs around a lot of you. Again, sort of like a jellyfish. And these very thin, wispy thin, like frozen spider's webs. As it's literally, it just taps you. Richter. And as it does, it's going to deal 11
baby.
cold damage. Yeah, it's literally just like the area it touches immediately starts to grow frostbitten. And it's incredibly painful. It's the kind of cold that feels like it's burning you. But you quickly manage to shake it away. It doesn't linger there on you. Belle.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Feel free.
I hope that does something.
Yeah. You shoot, and unfortunately the arrow goes through one of the holes in the web it is created out of. Anything else you'd like to do? So right now you're in a clump.
Yeah, I don't...
It would be difficult terrain to get away, but if you wanted to get away from the clump so that it can't attack everyone, that might be an idea.
I mean, yeah, I guess I will get as far away from them as I can, but still...
You can actually get pretty far because you have dash.
As far away as I can without using dash. Just the 30 feet away.
Not your rogue dash?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you can get 15 feet away because it's heavy snow all the way up to...
Oh, right, you're right, yeah.
All the way up to your...
I feel like that's all the further I would want to get away anyway, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to stay pretty close. Tauren, it's kind of above / on top of the lot of you. Almost like a swarm creature, you know?
Tauren would like to move out from underneath it, please.
Yeah.
And then he's going to turn around and he's going to say...
It will get an attack of opportunity against you, actually.
Oh, no.
Are you still going to move?
Yeah.
It's going to hit. Dealing 16 cold damage.
Nice.
As you start to get away, the moment you kind of take your eyes off of it, you just kind of get tangled in one of these thin tendrils. You break away, even breaking the tendril, but it kind of, you end up touching it with your hands, and even through your gloves, you feel the piercing cold.
Thorin will turn. He's going to say to the others, "Get out from underneath. I have a plan." And then he's going to swipe up a little bit of snow, push it in between his gloves, forms a droplet of just water, and he's going to cast Create Water, and a rain will fall upon the freezing cold creature, and hopefully freeze its web up, and just turn it into a sheet.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was imagining too. Like, this would basically force it to the ground. Essentially knocked prone under the lot of you. While this creature is actually immune to being prone, this is a special state. You've kind of frozen it to itself and the ground, and it kind of splays out on the ground, this web of snowflakes and crystals right between Amaryllis and Richter.
Nice.
Smooth moves, WarioWare. Amaryllis.
Well, this thing can nearly one-hit me with a basic attack, so can I back up without taking opportunity?
You could take a disengage.
Or, okay, I will disengage and back up as far as I can, and then I am going to summon the Elder Familiar again, and this time the little spirit that pops out of the branches is a little snowy owl-esque shape that flies over above it, shocking it for 3 damage.
Yep.
And that
It's a
ends
rat
my
with wings.
Richter.
Who had a snow owl? Amelia.
Amelia, yeah. This is like the Jarviskjir greatest tour of pets.
So it's beneath us now, right?
Yeah, it's basically at your feet, sprawled out.
Okay. I'll go ahead and spear it with the blunt.
You have advantage because it's prone.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh god, I couldn't control it.
Bless you.
You've been waiting on that sneeze for like
No, I
hours.
was. I did need to sneeze 2 hours ago. There it is. It came back. It wasn't as satisfying as I wanted it to be.
It was wrong of me to assume that 18 beats it.
It was a hit, and I will allow that damage, even though it is illegal.
I love that statement. It was wrong of me to assume that 18 beats it. That's like the most serious thing to ever be.
Go. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it.
Stab it again.
Okay. The creature, seemingly in distress, as it's starting to, like, the false snow on top of it that Torin created cracks, it shifts and moves and kind of swishes. And as it does, smaller snowflakes flick and send off of it. Which means only Richter is actually within, close enough to it to be hit by this cloud. Please give me a Constitution save.
Okay. Oh, nut. I think that's my 4th or 5th 91.
Oh, I can give you more.
No, wait.
What is that, Dean?
Not 91. It is my bloody 5th. That's
Is it? I thought you only had 2.
He's keeping track. He's mad.
I don't know. I've had none and 2 natties. So. Sit here and being like, fuck you.
How the other half live.
Is it even got the Willy Wonka thing going on?
As the snowflake hits you, and it hits you like kind of at the bottom of the chin, you expect pain, but instead all of your vision just starts to blur and melt together as you're hit by a serious psychedelic effect. You are now under the effect of confusion for 2 rounds. We'll have fun with your turn when it gets to it.
Dean hurt itself
Bell.
in its confusion.
Is it a free action to yell a thing?
It is always free to yell at the...
Okay.
But bear in mind, Amaris did say it was a plant, but this is the Feywild.
I'm not yelling at it.
Ah.
I'm yelling to the group. I'm saying best to attack from a distance. And then I will shoot it.
Yeah, also, of note, in that time, it no longer counts as being knocked down.
My God.
It is starting to get up off the ground. It's still low, but doesn't count as being knocked down. Yeah, that's a miss. Torin.
Well, Torin's going to listen to his friend and remain out of donk range. And
Two types of range: donk and non-donk.
donk.
Donkless.
And cast Sacred Flame.
Oh, what a powerful Sacred Flame that is.
I know, right?
That's a dex save, right?
Yeah, I did get a max charge one earlier.
It makes it. Actually...
Really? That plant dodged my flame?
It's got a very high modifier, but it did still get under, so it's gonna take that damage.
I'm surprised that it has such a high modifier. Just because it's a plant, that's all.
It's also like kind of a jellyfish and snowflakes. None of those things
it's like
imitate
plant.
speed,
No, none
to
of
be
them.
fair.
Yeah. None of them make me think of dexterity.
Amaryllis.
Quick, use fireball.
Well, no, as part of Elder Awakening, I can communicate with plants as if speak with plants spell. This is a plant. I temporarily forgot that. Amaryllis is just going to try saying in Sylvan, if you retreat now, we will not have to fell you here.
When you do so, when you kind of attune yourself to understanding the language of plants, you try to communicate with it. And all you can hear coming off it, suddenly those chime-like noises you hear coming from it are translated to a heat, feed. It's, even amongst plants, too simple to understand.
Fair.
Amaryllis goes, okay. Zip.
Then I will...
Amaryllis is not wearing pants.
I know.
I like how that's the part that I'm annoyed by, but Amaryllis is not wearing pants, and let's not start imagining she is.
Can you imagine, like, Amaryllis just one day just turns it wearing, like, denim jeans? Slares.
Does that count as an action, a bonus action, or was it just a free talk?
Just a free talk, because you would be aware that it's...
Yeah. Then the Elder Familiar moves to give it another shock, and I'm going to launch my... Well, I'm not going to launch my short bow. I'm going to fire an arrow using my short bow at this thing.
That's a miss. Nice.
Bless.
Nope.
I would have preferred.
Next is Richter.
Whoa, man, I'm confused, man.
That's right. Please roll me a d10.
Roll on d10.
You don't move or take any actions as you're just everything spinning and swirling.
Is that the most boring confusion
It's
thing
like
on that,
three
on
of
that
them, I think.
table?
There's two boring ones.
Okay.
One
That
of
is
the
the
boring
Dean
ones is they
Cutty of
can act
confusion.
normally, which
How
is
dare you.
boring.
Alright, that'll do, I guess.
Excellent.
I'm really jazzed that it ended up being that.
Yeah, but it's not exciting.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Now, the neat thing about this is it doesn't actually, impair your combat skills. So immediately, you're the only thing in range of this creature now, Richter. So it's going to start attacking at you, and you still instinctively do bring up a shield, blocking the first, second, but not the third tendril, as it finally kind of starts sort of carrying itself over you.
Do your worst.
No, don't say that, because it did 16
It will,
damage.
yeah. It's going to do 15 cold damage to you.
Okay, do a little bit better than that. Minus 15.
Richter's passive is resentment. The lower his
well-
health gets, the more damage he gets.
Yeah, he's still, taking and keeping all the attention of this Frost Veil. What do you want to do, Belle?
I am gonna try to shoot it.
This is the natty 20.
That is a hit.
Oh, thank God.
See, natty 20.
Oh my God.
9 damage though.
It's finally a good strike. You can actually hit like one of the
and you get
snowflakes
sneak.
it's comprised of, like just
Do I get sneak?
Mm-hmm.
in the middle.
Dean's 5 foot.
Yeah. He's not restrained or anything. Confusion is its own
Okay.
weird thing.
That's hype.
That is high. That double damage.
Torin.
Damn.
Still only dealt 2 more damage than it dealt in 1 hit though. Ah! Out of its 3 attacks. Ah!
That is scary.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I wonder. Is Richter bloodied? Is he under?
Oh yeah, Richter is he's looking like a fuck sandwich right now. Hold the mayo. That's what I decided to say.
And I respect you for sticking with it.
Someone has to say it.
You divide those hit points among them. This feature can no more than half its hit point maximum. And it is 5 times your cleric level, so 20 hit points. Okay. So,
Give me all of them.
He can't. He can only heal you up to half.
so
Give me 10 of them.
Taran will raise his pendants, and the amethyst horn will glow, and wind will bluster about both Taran and what's the other unimportant human?
That's just Richter starting to die. That's the noise coming from him.
He's shitting himself in fear.
Which is only making him warmer for the frost veil, sadly.
So that's 20 hit points. Take as many as you need to get to half HP, and tell me how many are left.
That'll be 13?
Yes.
13 are left, or 13 are taken.
13 are,
13
are
13 are
taken.
left.
So 7
13
are
are
left.
taken.
Okay.
No, not 13 left. Yeah, 30, yeah. Yep.
Is anyone else hurt?
Belle's hurt, but not below half.
Barely.
But not below half. Okay, so I can
You're
bring
the only one
myself
hurt below half.
up to half.
Thank you.
With half you round up, so 16 and 31.
Always run down in D&D.
Okay, 15.
Aside from one case.
Yeah, there are some like specific cases where it specifies.
There's one case. Maybe Will remember. Anything else you'd like to do, Mr. Man?
Mr. Man.
No.
Amaryllis.
Just gonna keep wailing on this with me elder familiar and my short bow. And I say wailing on it as if I'm actually hitting it in any way, but that's for 3 thunder damage and then
Yes, that's very true.
a missed attack, I'm assuming.
Oh, yes. That is a miss. Richter, please roll for me a d10.
Please kill me.
The creature doesn't move or take turns this time.
Oh my god, another Dean Cuddy of confusion.
Yeah, it's that the taking no actions is like it's like 3 of the potential rolls on the D10 of that. I think
That's actually pretty strong. I mean, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it means the Frost Veil can just stand there and Frost Wail on Richter.
Bear in
Miss.
mind, it can insta-kill you in 1 turn if it hits.
Miss. Hit.
Kill me.
It's going to deal 15 cold damage.
Which
Brings you down to 0 flat. It's trying to, like, engulf you, but even, in a confused state, you're kind of defending and pushing and struggling. Next is Belle. Who's it's actually going to start floating over to Torin.
Okay. Stop it, you.
That's a hit.
Pack it in.
Oh,
It is
that's enough.
next to Torin. So you
right.
should get sneak attack.
Cool beans.
Which is great. At this point, the Frost Veil is mostly shattered. There's still some strands remaining, and it's such a simple creature that it just continues to try and consume and repair its losses. Turn.
I
Ooh.
will run over. Can I use my movement to get back to Richter?
Yes.
I would do that. And then it's a full action to give an unconscious person a health potion, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I will have to wait till next turn.
Torrent.
I mean, this thing's coming to
on ya.
literally fuck my day.
Yeah.
Don't let him kill me.
I am going to
Good
cast. I am one with the Force. The Force is one with me.
That is what that spell is.
And I will also. Fuck, we didn't distribute the. I've not added potions to my thing.
You guys had me take them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, fair.
And right, okay, so that is 9 hit points healed.
Speaking of 9 hit points, Amaryllis.
True.
Wah, wah.
So I have now set up my Elder Familiar just for a little thing like that just as a
is
reminder.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, the
Huzzah.
constant threat of the Elder Familiar is constantly wearing down the strands that keep the Frost Veil together. It's only just still connected, and with that hit from the bow, perhaps, if it doesn't roll complete garbage, it defeats the Frost Veil. It's shattering just as Torin prays and heals. It shatters, cascading over him before turning into fey glitter.
Well, Torrin's going to step forward, place a hand on Richter's chest, and spare the dying.
He's already stable.
Oh, glorious. In that case,
It worked!
let's see.
I'm a
I saved
genius.
him.
We're all hurt, right?
Only
one of
you
us is
and
unconscious.
Torin, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everyone else got out of dodge quickly.
Yeah.
I'm
Amaryllis.
barely touched.
Yeah, Amaryllis is like so little of a threat that she doesn't really get attacked. But when she does, she basically dies. So
Oh, let's cure wounds, Richter, then.
one day something's just going to start a fight and instantly like smack Amaryllis to death, like in
She's gonna
one
eat her.
hit.
She's gonna
Yeah,
swallow,
basically.
attack, and eat her, and then she's not giving no
Thank you.
struggle, and is gonna die.
Yep.
14.
Nice.
Thank you.
That is nice from a single.
Aha. So you bring Richter back.
Wake up! No, he's not like that.
Anything you'd like to do before you continue following the trail?
I would distribute health potions.
How many to
We'll
whom?
be needing these. However many they want. Like, I'll just like
How many do we
hold
have?
out the bandolier. We have 10.
I'll only take one because it's like I'm mostly going to be using it to heal other people. I think it's not a great deal of use for me to actually use it on myself.
I'm going to take 2 because I don't want to die.
I'll
Because
take 3.
I can stop people dying.
Okay.
As I take them, I'll say, I'm sorry for falling.
The beasts in this realm are strange by your mortal standards.
Well, that wasn't even a beast.
A plant, a beast. The lines are blurred here.
I should imagine the lions are blurred.
Ha.
Let's make quick work of this. Let's go.
I'm not sure we will. He took his mace onto his belt. Straighten up. Help Richter up.
And as you trudge towards the shadow of where your civilization would be,
We
you
are
start to
definitely
see.
gonna die.
You see sitting on the frozen river's edge, a kind of conical hut-like building, surrounded by these frozen trees and the icicles that seem to have been created by the wind itself. This is actually a perfect place to stop for today. So, unless you guys want to keep going a little bit later today.
I can't. I have to go to my niece's.
In which case we
birthday
stop!
Sorry.
I really want to, but I have to get up at 5:30 tomorrow, so probably not
That's
a good
no
idea.
good. That's no good, that time. I see that time quite regularly, but that's because I'm not asleep yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. The only time I'm ever up at 5 is because I'm awake to greet it.
So
I get
why
up- I
don't we
get up for
greet
work.
each other by talking about whomst we are, starting
Humpst.
with Neil.
Hey, welcome to the Humpst Squad.
Yeah, I've
Whomst are you?
said whomst like 5 times on this thing.
So many
I can't
times.
stop myself.
Um,
Whomst will stop me.
you can find me on Twitter at Nerkai_, where I do one tweet every year. We've had it for this year, 2020 tweet. It was about this D&D show.
2020 peaked already.
And you can also find me on the Discord at Nerkai, where you should ask questions about D&D and Jarviskjir in particular. I like Jarviskjir. I've not got my fix of Jarviskjir properly lately, so I'm lonely. Talk to me about Jarviskjir. You can also find me on twitch.tv/Dalerik in a Pathfinder game where it's Kingmaker style game, not the module, where we are currently in the closing moments of war. Hopefully, we are going to end it with minimal death. There's at least two more battles, at least.
Well, you know what else is always a battle? Dean Cuddy.
I knew you were going to say that.
Spending any time with this man.
He is a bad dragon.
The eye roll. Hi. What I want you to do is open Google Chrome or Firefox or Safari or any of the other internet browsers that you like. Or
I
have.
recommend Brave!
I've opened
Support your local
Opera.
creators!
Oh,
I have
Opera, thank
opened
you.
Edge.
Or Edge.
Oh, Ecosia.
I want you to put your mouse into the search bar at the top there, and I want you to type in Dean Cuddy, and I want you to click on every single link on the first page of Google or Ask Jeeves or Bing, please.
Except for
Jeez.
the Pornhub one.
Don't click on that. Go in incognito and then click on it.
Okay.
And then what I want you to do is keep in mind that I've got a third album coming out in a few months, and it's different.
It's dedicated to me. The bond, the love that we share. Dean has, on occasion, ascribed to me the title of Muse, which is quite flattering, actually.
There's one song specifically dedicated to him, and it's called "The Disgusting Wretched Blob of Hell."
Wow! No holding back there. That was brutal.
Nice. Next
Featuring
is
Neil.
Ian.
I'm Ian, aka Arvine, aka any number of other character names, because I play in Jarviskjir a lot and my characters die a lot. At me in the Discord about Jarviskjir, similar to Neil, or about anime. In this game, I am apparently playing a Fae who hates Fae, and in the Monday game, I am currently playing a Drow who hates Drow. So we're seeing a bit of a theme developing here.
Ian
the Monday
hates
game.
himself.
The Monday game is available in a podcast format on Ollie's Patreon. So goes pay him $5 a month through Patreon to get access to that. It is a very fun game because we're basically playing in a
Classic
school.
D&D.
It's not.
Also, the other,
But it
it's
is.
not. And the other bonus is at the moment you don't have to listen to Neil.
Yeah, there's currently that is
You just
true.
wait, you young man.
Ian just threw shade, guys.
Oh,
Ian
Ian
does
throws a
it-
lot-
Ian does it-
Ian
Ian
throws
does
a
it
lot of
to
shade
me.
on Monday.
He's
He's
we've
just
got a
polite
special
when he's around
relationship
you.
where he bullies me, and I just take it because I'm a totally lovely.
That's because you're a piece of shit and everyone doesn't like you.
You're not giving me easy segues to Doxy here.
Oh,
Yeah, that one's too harsh to you.
Wow.
Yeah, get him, Doxy.
Don't fall on Neil.
I'm
We
not
love
taking
Neil,
any of
really.
those baits. And
Go
next we'll talk
Doxy.
about
and
Doxy.
choose you.
hi, I'm Zero Doxy. I am mostly a Dead by Daylight streamer, honestly, but you can find me here every Wednesday. This coming Friday on my channel, we'll be doing Age of Shackles with it's Just Wolf as our DM or GM. It's another 5e campaign, only it has like gritty realism resting or something like that. I forget exactly what it's called.
Yeah,
but,
there's an optional rule for that.
You are not gonna like that.
I think I'll be okay with it. I think I will.
It's designed to work in 5e. As long as it's not homebrew and it's the real rules, and it's good.
And then also, I will be starting a new campaign on Dale Rick's channel as well, that is closely tied in with Neil's campaign, where I play what is essentially a high-class prostitute, and it's a really, really cool time. They're actually called muses, so one of us here still can be a muse, Neil.
Wow.
Also, Neil Sachs. Doxy,
No, I love Neil. He's my movie.
what a mean thing to say. It's very mean.
Last one
Oh,
is me.
twitch.tv/ZER0DOXY. Sorry.
That is me.
Thank you.
Me here. Yeah. I've got shows. You could check them out. Please support me so I can keep making stuff with my friends.
Ollie streams. He streams Fire Emblem,
I'm
which is a
streaming
good
Fire
chill
Emblem at the
time.
moment. It's chill waifu time. We also have Star Wars on Sunday. Sunday on Star Wars.
What was my
And that's
favorite
it.
bit of the stream the other day? It was with was it Edelgard, the ginger guy, when you had tea with him.
Oh,
Ferdinand.
I had tea with Ferdinand.
That was
Ferdinand.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ferdinand von Egger.
I
Yeah,
loved
he's-
it. It was beautiful.
You get to have tea with your students.
And you like proper leered at him, and all he did
you
was
d-
flash cutely.
Yeah, it's a Japanese game. So after you complete a successful tea date, you zoom the camera really close to their body.
Well, Ollie's going enhance, enhance.
I can't stop the enhanced joke.
It was top me.
I can't stop a joke from the 90s. Anyway, if you want that, join in. Otherwise, go home. And that's that.
Go anywhere, but
See you
not
next
here.
time. But here is home.
Oh, and Ollie's tavern pops up, and we need like a tavernscape with all the different Yarv characters in it.
Yeah, sure.
That would be
I'll get right
amazing.
on that.